Hi everyone, and welcome to the bench. Well, today we're going to tie you up the flying black ant. Now, of course, the whole show is based on flying black ants, but this pattern works exceptionally well in the springtime on the Columbia when the black ants are flying. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. We're going to tie the ant on a Mustad R74 size 10 streamer hook. We'll use some UTC 70 black thread. For the body, we'll use some black deer hair. We'll use some brown hackle tips for the wings, some black hackle as the hackle, and some peacock herl for the head. The first stage is to make sure you build up a nice layer or foundation of black thread. You don't want that deer hair slipping on the hook at all, so build up a real nice layer of black thread on the hook first. I've taken a small clump of my black deer hair and I'm going to put this on the back of the hook, and I'm going to tie in probably about 1/8 of an inch of the black deer hair just to get a nice base built up, and wrap the thread right to the bend of the hook. Bring the thread back forward again about 1/4 of an inch. Now what we're going to do is take all this deer hair and bring it forward to form the first segment of our fly of the ant. The very back segment of the ant, we're going to pull it all forward, take our thread and wrap over the first segment. We'll now push our hair back, bring our thread forward about 1/8 of an inch, bring our deer hair all forward again, pull it into another bunch, and this is going to form the second segment of the fly of the ant. So we'll tie off over that. And I also like to just push this back a little bit just to bulge the second segment, just so you can get a nice little bulge on the fly. And we'll cut off all our excess hair. The reason I pushed that deer hair back for the second bulge is because we're going to tie in a couple of brown hackle tips as the wings, and when I tie these in, that little bulge of deer hair will help the wings actually stay out. We don't want them too close to the body, we want them actually flared out. So we'll take our brown wing tip, brown hackle tip, tie it in, tie one on one side, and cut off our excess, and we'll tie another on the other side. Now that I've tied in the two hackle tips forward, and this is an important note, is I have tied them forward. When I pull them back now, I'm going to pull them back to form the wings, and when I tie them back over with the thread, these wings will now stay outright. We'll now take one black hackle. I've taken a nice dry grade 1 neck hackle, and we're going to tie it in just above the wings in front. Cut off our excess, and then we'll take some hackle pliers and form some legs. And now when we do wrap the hackle in, we only want a few legs on there, so I only tend to take 3 to 4 wraps at the most. So that's 3, there's 4 wraps, and then tie off. To tie in the head now, I've taken 2 strands of peacock herl. We're going to tie them in just behind the eyelet. Wrap back to where you had the hackle put in. Bring your thread forward, and then slowly wind in the last segment of the fly, which will be the head. And I like to make a little bit bigger head, just to make it stand out a little bit. And there it is, the finished flying black ant. You know, this pattern works fantastic when the flying black ants are out, but it isn't that durable because of the black deer hair. You catch a couple of fish, it gets chewed up very easily. If you want to make it more durable, apply a little bit of flex cement or even some hard head finish onto the black deer hair. If you don't do that, make sure you have plenty in your fly box.